Hi everyone and good morning. It's 7:24 here. I'm up bright and early. Um, I wanted to do this video on Plaquenil, a common drug for lupus, Sjogren's, all sorts of autoimmune diseases that I have, some that I don't have. It's generally like the Mercedes-Benz of autoimmune disease treatment. I was prescribed this drug recently. I was prescribed it on Monday when I had an appointment with my rheumatologist discussing how my pain was being managed, but my other symptoms weren't really going away. Um, but he said, okay, we can either do a lip biopsy to um, diagnose the Sjogren's, or we could just start you on Plaquenil. And that seemed like a no-brainer to me that I would just start the medication. I know that it has scary side effects that I honestly at the time had not looked into because I never thought I would get to a point where I would be on a treatment for my issues. Um, and then he threw in the fact that the lip biopsy isn't always 100% definitive, so of course I was like, no, you are not going to cut into my lip. I don't care how minor of a procedure it is. I'm not doing that if it's not 100%, and what are you even going to do different if it were to come back a certain way? Um, anyway, little rant aside, I was hesitant to start it because I did look up the side effects and they were pretty scary. Um, I'm petting my cat that's in all of these videos. But one of the side effects that startled me was that my rheumatologist has a history of forgetting that I am bipolar, even though my meds are listed right there. But I looked up the interaction myself with Plaquenil and all the drugs that I take for bipolar and everything else. And there's an interaction between Plaquenil and lithium that I take for my bipolar disorder, and it was a potentially fatal irregular heart rhythm. And so that, of course, spooked me to death. I had finally gotten this miracle drug, and now I was too afraid to take it. I called my psychiatrist, I called the pharmacist, I asked the pharmacist in person, I talked to my therapist about it. I was spooked because I had a heart murmur as a baby that went away on its own. But also, when I was like 16 or 17, I went to the hospital for some type of, I thought it was my appendix, but they couldn't figure out what it was. Uh, but I had an EKG while I was there, and they said I needed to see a cardiologist, and so I did. And at the time I was taking Seroquel, I was not correctly diagnosed mental health wise, and I was mismedicated and uh, whatnot. But I was on Seroquel at the time, and I saw the cardiologist, and the cardiologist said, "Oh, you're totally fine, except you have prolonged QT that's caused by the Seroquel that you take, and a big deal wasn't made out of it." And apparently, it went away because I had more heart testing done this March, and I haven't taken Seroquel in years, and nothing was wrong with my heart. So everyone said, "Don't worry about it. If you don't have a pre-existing heart condition, it's nothing to worry about." Um, and the reason I am telling you all of this is because that is my only side effect that I am having miraculously. Is at night when I lay down to go to sleep, my heart will race. It will get up to like 120, 130, which isn't anything like too abnormal for me, but since I have been taking propranolol for palpitations and whatnot, and I do have a lot of anxiety surrounding my heart for no reason, that was a bit concerning, and I talked to the pharmacist again, and I love being a young woman seeking health care because he said, "I see you're picking up a prescription for alprazolam. Do you have anxiety?" So my symptoms get blamed yet again on anxiety. If it continues, it is something that I'll discuss with my doctor, but the fact that I'm having no side effects on this drug that has a list of side effects longer than probably the list of ingredients uh, is insane to me. I'm very sensitive to medications, and it's supposed to take a long time to build up in your system. And I thought about not taking it immediately, aside from the heart thing. I have a trip planned to Colorado, which I also kind of wanted to make a video about. Need a dramatic escape. I'm feeling well enough to do it. Let's see what happens. But I was going to wait until I got back from my trip in case I had side effects. I did not have side effects, and I was too eager to start the medication, and I figured I'd be more anxious if I waited. No side effects except the heart thing, and I know it takes a long time to build up in your system. That's part of why I went ahead and took it. But I swear, I'm on day 4 and I already feel better. For the first time in years, I can say I don't have any general pain that I would really complain about. Um, and just my homeostasis. I just feel peace within my body. I have no intuition about anything, but I do have intuition about my health, I have found out. That's a weird way to end this, but I can update on my Plaquenil experience if you want me to. Reason I'm making any of these videos is so people don't go about things alone. And so thank you for watching.